Hi everyone, welcome. I'm doing acrylic pouring. This is for Libby and Abby, and this is the Delphi case, and you can see some other videos. I've done this case and the Dulce Maria Alaves case. So I'm making art for Libby and Abby. Here's the colors. Creative Inspiration, DecoARt, another DecoARt, Americana, and this is ArtMinds. It says DIY, and this is from Michaels. Artist Loft silicone, that another acrylic pourer whom I met at Michaels. He told me about this. I like this, a little lighter than the treadmill silicone, and I think it works better. So thank you, Bill, for telling me about that. The pouring medium is Liquitex, gloss medium, and varnish. And now I'm adding some golden GAC 800. I say GAC, I don't know, I guess it's GAC 800, but I've added this. It says low crazing extender for pouring acrylic colors. A birthday candle for everyone that has a birthday today. Thank you for tuning in. And my little rock that I use says believe. So I'm moving the colors out. I actually don't know if I'm going to use much of the brown because it is darker. And just a little bit of that, it might be overpowering. So most of the colors I've shown you except for this pink one, which is the glitter paint, and I believe it's this color. Does not even look like it's sparkly, but this is a gold glitter. So I had some choices today. I was either going to use the donut cutters, and I was going to place the paints and then maybe some in the center and do more of like an open cup. I bought these at the restaurant store. And then the other choice I was going to do are paper tubes, so it would be like more of a tube pour thingy where you'd have to put the colors into the tube. I bought these at Target. And I intend to use them another time. So today, here's my canvas. I think I'll put the canvas over here. I'm going to put colors into 6 of the Muffin. This is a Wilton. I guess it's a mini muffin tin. And I don't really have quite a plan yet. Let me see. I'll probably put a little bit of white in the bottom. Oh, before I do that, I actually want to silicone. I know this is non-stick, but I also want to put maybe a drop or 2 of silicone and wipe it around the inside. So I'll just, you know, I do have silicone in all the colors except the white. So I'm going to do like a flip cup kind of thing on this, but I'm only using 6 of the colors. And the white, I believe, is Artist Loft ready to mix. Ready mixed. So I'm not really, you know, measuring. If I don't really measure. So let me just do that. I think I'm going to start. I think I'm going to do the red here and the greens here. Maybe red and gold and some of these greens. Because red and green makes like a mud. So So add some of this. I really like the color Inspiration, which again are these. I bought them in a set of, I believe it was like 24 from Amazon. I like them because they dry the same color as when they're wet. They don't really get darker or lighter that I found. But I really don't remember what pouring medium I used with these. I do mix things up. I use different colors and different brands. All right, so let me start with, so I'm using my spoon straws that I like because you can dip it. You can see if it's the right consistency. I cut them off a little bit. They were too long. Whoops, that's a lot in that one, but that's okay. So let's take some of this. I believe this is the gold glitter, although can't really see the glitter. And I want to add more green. This is a pretty green. This is the ArtMinds, but I mixed it with, I believe it was white, and it really changed the color, but that's so fine. I think it's pretty. I'm going to add a little bit of brown in each. I'm just deciding. I really do like this gold. Add a little more gold. I don't want to have too much of any one color. A little bit of this color, maybe. Whoops, I added it into the brown. Oh well. I mean the gold. Just a little bit there. That's fine. And since I did that, I'm going to add some of the red into the, it'll be just on top of the gold, so it'd be okay if it does mix in a little bit. All right, so I'm going to pick this up, but first, just switch places. And I need to cover the canvas, so I hope this is the right angle for you. I just want to cover this. I do not gesso my canvases. I did one time, I think it was the either last video or probably the one before that, and I really didn't like how it turned out. I don't know, maybe didn't make a thick coating, but this is fine. They're already gessoed. All right, let me move some of these over. I have a very small working space, not a big table here. All right, so now I know I have paint on there. It's going to be a little bit messy, but that's okay because I wanted it covered. Doing this, flipping it. That wasn't too bad. Let it just sit for, fine, let me lift it up. Whoops, wasn't that pretty? Let me move this muffin tin out of the way. And I'm going to do something really different today. Oh, isn't that pretty? What I'm doing is just tapping this. Going to see if I can get any movement out of the paint. And I forgot my torch. Here it is. Look at that. I covered it with the Press and Seal by Glad, and I'm glad I did because look at that. I have to take this off and redo it. All that paint. All right, so let's see what happens. Let's torch it a little bit. I think the paint's too thick. If I leave it, it might crack, but I think I would just like to leave it like this. That might be a really cool experiment. Let me just take a look. Sorry if you can see my head. I'm going to bend to the level of the canvas. I'm going to see what happens here. The weight, the paint's running over. Yeah, now it's, you know, I forgot to level the, I'll just move it a little bit because I kind of like it. Looks really interesting. So now that it's running over there, I will turn it the other way just to see what goes there. And I have one more idea. So this is a spray bottle, and it's really for hairstylists, and it sprays the finest mist you just wouldn't believe. And I placed in this bottle some rubbing alcohol. So I'm just going to spray this on the top. I'm beginning to see some of the glitter. I know you probably can't see it on camera, but here is some glitter. The yellow, it's actually a gold glitter. It's very subtle and it really looks pretty. So what I'm going to do again, one more time, if you can see up here, the paint, you don't really want to, okay, so let me go back because I have a lot of thoughts and then I cannot speak as fast as I'm thinking. So again, this is rubbing alcohol. I believe it's 99%, but it might be the other one, 91%. So if you spray this on this paint, if you spray a coating, but you spray a lot, it'll make it very muted. And I don't really want to lose. I just want it over here maybe. So I'm going to just put my hand there. Let's see. That's it. Just a little bit. Now I have lit my canvas on fire once because when I torched it. fire came up. So I just blew on it and it put the fire out. But I wouldn't recommend torching it with a lot of alcohol or anything. It could be dangerous. So the paint is migrating a little bit. So I really didn't tilt this. I just tapped it. It's migrating on its own. And we'll let the paint do what it wants. That's kind of my theory with acrylic pouring. It's really doing what it wants anyway. Of course, it's not alive, but it does move. So, and that's because it's fluid and I have the edges coated. I'm just going to leave it. So I always say, when you think it's finished and you don't touch it, you're going to just make it something that you won't probably like. I mean, seriously, if you have in your heart that this is done, divorce it. Say, we're getting a divorce. We are not going to see each other anymore. And I go in my living room. I walk, because I'm in my kitchen right now. And I walk in the living room and I just have in my mind, I'm not going to touch it. I'm not doing anything. I might torch it again. You can see the paint's running off. So what I'm going to do, turn it like around. I actually don't want this to migrate. I'm going to actually move it because all right, one more time. All right, I'm sorry, let me just move the rock out of the way a little bit. Okay, so I'm torching this. All right, I'm gonna get my level. I didn't really think this was going to be a long video, but here's my level. So let's see what we got. Yeah, it's a little bit over. Well, let me put it over here. All right, so it's actually not that bad. So what I want to do is maybe move it over. Let's see. It's level. Pretty much this could come up. Oh, this could come. I know what's going on. Let me get some sticks. Let me get just a piece of wood and just level it like right. Let's see. Now it's a little too much. Let me find my sticks. Hold on. Well, here's a paint stirrer. I think it's a little bit less than this thing. Let's see what happens. Pretty level now. Look at that. I don't know if you can see that. That's great. So it's not really going to move. I don't know. What do you think? I liked it just when it sat there. Now it's moving a little bit. I still like it, but not as much. But, you know, you're not going to love everything. I like it, but I don't love it. Let's just say that. So great. Thanks for watching. I'll be making another speedy graffiti pour very soon. I love you guys so much. I really appreciate you watching my videos. And I will see you next time.